Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to your early morning intuitive guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, here with some words of wisdom to start your day off well, and hopefully for you to share with others so that they can start their day off well. Boy, it's cold. We got a little bit of snow last night. Not much. Nothing to write home about, as my grandmother would say. Good morning to whomever just popped on. Abigail. Good morning, good morning. Glad you are here. Welcome. We are back to a card deck today as opposed to a book. We've had books for quite a few days. So now we are back to a card deck. Thank you for all the fun little sparkles and rainbows and sunflowers. I'm looking forward to seeing some sunflowers one of these days. Actually, here's a riff. The Payne Art Center and Arboretum in Oshkosh, for those of you who are in Wisconsin, in March is doing a floral show. Good morning, Barb. Good morning, Jonille. Welcome, welcome. And apparently this has gone on for many, many years, and it sells out pretty quickly. But it is all of the rooms of the Payne Mansion decorated with these amazing floral arrangements. So that might be something I need to do. We'll see. I guess they also have like a tea service one and a wine service one and all kinds of fun stuff. So that might be a way to break up winter this year. So, card deck today. We have a card deck today. The Native Spirit deck by Denise, Linn. And I think you will all like this card because it feels like a breath of fresh air. Good morning, Gwen. Glad you are here. Welcome. So, but let us begin as always with some tapping and some breath. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And one more. In through the nose. Good morning, Nancy. Hold at the top. Out through the mouth. Just settling into right here, right now. Feeling yourself grounded through the soles of your feet and the base of your spine, connected to Mother Earth, connected, because that helps regulate and calm our nervous system, being connected to Mother Earth. The snow actually is a beautiful calming device when we're not all freaked out about I have to shovel, I have to plow, I have to blow, blah, blah, blah. When we just look at the beauty and listen to the attenuation of sound after a new snowfall, that can be a very healing thing for our soul. So, yeah, things going on today. I'm headed for Green Bay with my friend Susan, and we are doing an interview with WFRV to talk about a new program called Housing Champions. And the gist is, good morning, Beth, glad you are here. Ordinary people choosing to be a housing champion, which means that when there's legislation coming through for things like we can have greater density for builds, we can have less of a setback from the road, we can get away with fewer parking spots being demanded, blah, blah, blah. These are the people who will show up to speak their truth about, yes, we need more housing. Let's modify some of these rules that are getting in the way of creating that housing. So looking forward to the ride up there and back with Susan, and we'll see how the interview goes. Good morning, Suzanne. Glad you are here. Welcome, welcome. Yes, walking in winter is very peaceful. The silence, the attenuation that the snow creates to sound is just walking through a woods in winter. Well, first of all, it's an entirely different thing. The woods behind the motel where I used to walk TJ, and Missy. I had Missy before I had TJ. It was so still, but it looked so different. You don't realize how often you create landmarks that you navigate by. And when they're covered with snow, it is not easy to see. You are snowed in. Oh my goodness. Well, let's turn that into an enjoyable thing. Hopefully you've socked in some food and you're all set to go and you can wait until it can be dug out. Yeah, we didn't get much of anything. A dusting at the most. I think we were a little norther of where the storm was going through. So good luck to all of you. Good energy to all of you who are dealing with the cleanup now. So, Native Spirit. Native spirit. As I said, kind of interesting, we have a card today instead of a book. Spirit keeper of the East. And when I saw the sun coming up, I'm like, oh yeah, new beginnings. Here we go, some new beginnings. And one of the things I will say about new beginnings is oftentimes the old ending doesn't go out quietly. It goes out kicking and screaming. And I think we're seeing some of that. So, Spirit Keeper of the East. Let's take a breath. Let it go. Spirit Keeper of the East. Card meaning new beginnings. A fresh cycle is occurring in your life. And if you follow astrology at all, there's a whole lot of things cycling into the new, which is heartening, very heartening. Wipe the slate clean. It's now time to release the old and start again. No matter what has happened in the past, it doesn't need to repeat in the future. Your native spirit wants you to know, in native traditions, the directions are honored. It's believed that every direction has an associated spirit that can be called upon. In the great cycle of life, the East is the place of the rising sun. It's also associated with planting seeds in the springtime, birth, the waxing moon, and new beginnings. Oh, there we go, sourdough bread. Fabulous. Too bad you're snowed in. We can't get to you. We'd have some. Awesome. That was a good choice. Something good to do when you're snowed in. Pulling this card means that this is the close of one cycle and the beginning of another. Although it's often difficult to release familiar routines, situations, or relationships when they no longer empower you, your native spirit asks that you not cling to the old, but set sail into new waters. Face your fear and allow yourself to stretch in a new direction. Wonderful opportunities will be born into your life. And think about when we feel fear and we don't let it inhibit us from doing what we're feeling called to do. That's when the magic happens. When we feel the fear and do it anyway. The journey. Stand and be still. And I would start the native culture I was exposed to. They were Anishinaabe people. Stand facing the east first. Begin in the east. Then slowly turn in a circle, pausing each 90 degrees. Close your eyes and feel the energy of each direction. And don't be concerned if the first time you do this, you don't feel a discernible difference between the directions. But the more you work with it, the more likely you are to feel in that east, the new beginning, the freshness, the start. There's a difference in feeling in each direction. Stand facing east as the sun rises to sense the unique energy of that direction. So I love the picture on this card. I think that's a very heartening card. And if we keep this card in mind as we proceed through these difficult times, I think it will help us welcome in the new. Welcome in the new. There's new being birthed. And think about a birthing process. It's effortful. Let's call it that. Effortful. There's moans and groans and pain and difficulty, and then something new is birthed. So, keep in mind that we are moving, yes, it is a beautiful card, moving in that direction. That's what we are working on. So I just got a little nudge from the universe to go back over our divine right timing and divine right order invocation. So if you would like to join me, that will be awesome. And actually, let's put a little energy behind it. Let's warm up these hands. And you can either put them over your heart or you can send the energy on its way. Today the divine will show me the way. You repeat out loud. I'm open to all signs and messages. The perfect steps are already picked and I am guided to them. Moving through the world, open to constant help, gets easier and easier with practice. And so it is, and so it is, and so it shall be. So have a wonderful Tuesday. I'll let you know tomorrow how the interview went. We'll give it the old college try. I'm always nervous, anticipatory anxiety. Once I get there, I'm fine. But yeah, so that should be good. Remember, we're all capable of far, far, far more than we think we are. Let's challenge ourselves to meet that. Bye-bye.